I want to share with you my latest creation of a custom tank car that I made. And I had to get some custom made decals from Highball Graphics. But before I get started, I want you to know that I'm not affiliated with Highball Graphics in any way. I haven't been paid or compensated by Highball Graphics. This is just my own personal opinion and my personal experience. So here we go. If you follow the channel, you know I just finished this SW1200 switcher in SMS library. Rather than these standard off-the-shelf tank cars, I wanted to have tank cars that the SMS would actually use. I did some research online and decided to make a few different colors based on age and weathering and sun fade. Then I learned about this beautiful, brilliant blue tank car by VP Racing Fuels. And I thought, wow, wouldn't this be a really cool car to model? I've used Highball Graphics in the past for some standard off-the-shelf decals for some of my projects. They're really good and they're reliable, and I like the way they go on, like the way they look when the project is over. I had no problem finding two different types of modern day tank car decals for the black and gray cars I wanted to do, but VP Racing just didn't exist. So I reached out to Jim at Highball Graphics to see if he could make me a set of decals for the VP Racing tank car. Jim quickly worked on a mock-up and gave me a very reasonable quote, so I went ahead and placed the order. The level of detail on these decals far exceeded my expectations. I was very happy. It came very quickly. I've been applying my decals from Highball Graphics. So I want to show you a trick that they advertise that you can do to help with your vision and seeing these things properly. You can see a couple of decal sets right here. These are white letters. If I zoom in closely, you can probably see them a little bit better. But with my eyes, it's a little troublesome. And what they actually recommend is that you take a Sharpie marker and you put black Sharpie on the back of the decal. Okay, so I've taken my Sharpie and I've made a whole black square there on the back. And what's happening is it's bleeding through to the other side of the paper, but not on the decal. These are not hurting the decals at all, because the white print is on this side of the clear, and that black is coming through on the paper side. Now what's going to happen over the next few minutes, that black is going to bleed through and make this whole area black. And so we'll check in a few minutes and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, here's a decal with the magic marker that was placed on the back. So it's really a clear background. It looks like it's black here because the marker has bled through the paper, but not through the decal. You'll see that none of the marker bleeds or runs into the water or ruins the decal at all. It's just going to be, it's a nice visual so you can make a nice cut and see the white text, and you'll be able to peel it off and make the application. Alright, now you'll get to see the decal go on with no trouble with that black backing. So there's the decal there. Hopefully we have it in the water long enough to put a little micro set on the tank car to help with decal adhesion. And there it is. It just comes off real easy. Oh no. Broke it. Let's see if we can rescue that decal. Looks like the GAL on gallon came off. We're gonna set this one. It's not the problem with the decal set, it's a problem with me. This decal set came with the number 2105. And I wanted decal number, road number 2102. And so what I did here was I took an X-Acto knife and I cut out the 5 on 2105. And I'm going to put a number 2 decal in there. And I may have gotten a little happy with the X-Acto knife and just cut a little too far, which now ripped this GAL. And I think I have that in a pretty good spot. I'll let that dry instead of messing with it. And now I'll put a number 2 over here, so it's 2102 to match the rest of the train car. So here it is, all finished on the end. Got the 2 on, rescued the GAL as best I could, and it looks pretty good. I am very happy with the way this came out. Highball Graphics did a great job on these custom decals. I thought what was really cool was how the VP and the fuels were actually clear decals, which picked up the color blue from the tank car. So there was no matching of blues from the blue decal and the blue paint. That is actually a clear part of the decal, and it's picking up the paint from the model. So real clever of Jim at Highball to do that and not to try to have to match blues. Next up are these other 2 tank cars I painted, ready for Highball Graphics. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to have fun running what I got.